Light something, vape something, sip something, ES, what up? We after dark. Y'all looking activated tonight. What's goody? I see 40 in here. Happy mom. Wait, hold on. What the Like, oh! I mean, y'all been fired up. I'm fired up. Y'all had me fired up all week, bro. What is good? Light something, vape something. Please sip something. And do drive. Don't drink and drive. Don't do nothing crazy tonight. Just lock in with us. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. We on our 10th anniversary, ladies and gentlemen, of the Wave Hall of Fame. This is our 10th one. I just look back at the scoreboard. I'm like, man, oh man. CC. I see you, family. We here. We here. Have Kleenex on deck. We have a support system here for you. If you do not get the call, we have Kleenex for you. Day 4, and I just so many people pouring in. Nate, I see you. What up, Wavehead? What up, Cito? I see you fully. What's goody, Edwin? We here. We activated. We in this thing. Juanito, I see you. What up? We after dark. We're doing Hall of Fame activity tonight, ladies and gents. Please lock in and know this is the real thing. We're going to be multitasking tonight, so I'm going to need y'all to have y'all up in here in the best behavior in the chat right now. We want y'all showing y'all love. And if you want to, why not? All means show the hate too. We might need some of that tonight. I don't know. We might see what we could do with that. But by all means, it's Wave Hall of Fame. We're going to do what we do. Big homie jugging tonight with us. Let go. This is for real. I like it. I like the activity. I like the energy. Happy Wave Hall of Fame weekend. Let's lock in. All right, let me get ready to lock this thing in, man, because the energy is crazy right now. We are getting ready to lock in. We about to launch this thing, Wave Hall of Fame. And when y'all see everything winding down and y'all see the awards come out, feel free to just state whatever you feel. First thing that comes to mind when you see the waivers presented, how y'all met. What happened with y'all? What was the story? Everybody has their own personal story with the waivers that's about to be presented tonight. And ladies and gents, it's a family affair. We doing this now. We talked about this all year. Ocean Spook, what up? I see you. GB, it is time. I see the gold jackets stepped up in here. I see a lot of gold jackets in here. The energy is different for Hall of Fame. I know y'all been seeing it. For the intermediates, the new guys, I know y'all seen the energy has been different this week. Chills right now. Boiling. We ready to lock in. We ready to roll. It's about to be Wave Hall of Fame. I need the energy to be right where it's at because, guys, it's Hall of Fame time. It is Hall of Fame time. And I was looking at the scoreboard and I'm like, folks, this is our 10th anniversary of the Hall of Fame. We celebrating a whole 10 years of providing flowers to the most, again, influential, impactful people in this society. And we're going to talk about this as we go down the stream and talk about each waiver that we talk about that's going to be presented tonight. And we're going to let them know this is very special. For the ones that seen this for the first time, you got to feel the energy in the community. It's a community affair, a community event. The Wolves are in the building. The gold jackets are out. And the gold jackets are all way out. When you see Young Wavy in the building, you know it's an affair. I need security on the side. I need Kleenex over here. We're going to need some support for Kleenex. We're going to have a few niggas crying over here. I need some coverage over here. Bottle service. Trapping them is in here. I see WTB there. Bottle service. I need bottles. Mac is in here. What we got? Where we going? He's literally... He said, I'm out this hospital. Get up off me, Doc. It's Hall of Fame time. Bottle service. I see Mac here in bottle service. What up? And look, bottle service all around. All right, let me get the effects together. And we're going to be multitasking on this thing because, again, we talking Hall of Fame. You know we talking Hall of Fame. And we not going to hold y'all up because I know y'all locked in. We're about to get right into it. Now, this is how it's going to go down, ladies and gents. We're going to post the first frame. And then I'm working multitasking in the background. So I'm going to post a frame live. Then I'm going to go ahead and post a frame on the pages while y'all doing y'all thing. And then when y'all see what's going on, you know, again, feel free to state whatever you want about whatever waiver did whatever, whether it's good, bad. Feel free to drop that in the comments. We might highlight y'all depending on how sweet the deal is. So we're gonna see what's really good. We're gonna really see what's good with that. And we're about to get into this thing. So the first waiver of tonight that we're gonna present, some of you may know, some of you may not know. But we're gonna take this walk down the aisle and introduce you to somebody that you've seen, you've heard their name come up, whether they're here, whether they're there. But let's get into the real brass tacks. First, coming up. Now, y'all first heard about the royal sweep. Y'all heard about the texture. Y'all heard about the balance. Y'all heard about everything that this waiver brought to the table. Myth, legend, all true. Who knows? The stories from here to ES to all waves, we already know where the legend is at. We already know how the legend stands. And Sam Blaylock, you're in the Hall of Fame, my brother. Congrats. Hall of Famer. Let's get ready to post this thing. We're gonna do this multitask out. So again, feel free in the comments. State what you need to. We're talking about these waivers. These are important figures in the community. And remember, you can't tell the story of the wave game without bringing these individuals up. I want y'all to be very clear about the narrative that's being presented tonight. We're talking full out narratives, and it's the story of the wave game. This is important. The story of the wave game, you tell it like it is. I don't care what your background is with the waiver. This is our story. This is our history. We got to embrace it and lock in. Let's go. I'm about to post this thing. We're going to get our post public. Let's roll. Oh, I like it. I like it. This is looking clean. Shout out to Sam, bruh. This is it. This is good. Shout out to Sam. And for the ones that know, yeah, this is the first year. We're going into the next one. We're going to roll these out. And we're going to talk about another waiver. Again, background influence, foreground influence. We're going to talk about influence all around. Wavy Jones. For the ones that know, again, our OGs still around today. Still rocking. The love is the love. For the ones that know, again, and if you lost, look in the search bar. We still in 2014. Sam came in 2014. Entering the year where all the new talent was rolling in. When I look at this waiver in the history carried over through the years, all I see is one of the classiest waivers in the community. On top of that, he's the ultimate sponge, soaking up all the knowledge and experience acquired over the last 9 years in the game. When he was doing reviews on products, he was doing, shout outs to just paying homage to people in the game. That one method that sticks out is when he cut the rat tail comb in half, and then he was like, use this to work on your crown. This was the thing when we started using manipulation of the tools. These are certain things that kind of set the blueprint, kind of set the mold on what we doing with this thing. So Wavy Jones, congrats, bruh. You in the Hall of Fame. You are in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if he in here. I know Sam's not in the group, but Wave might be in here. Tag him, show him some love, and we're about to post that right now. It's going public. And This is the energy. This is what I like. This is what it's about. This is the energy that we're talking about. This is the Hall of Fame. This is how we start in the intro. We're going to just push out. We're not done with the show's not over, and we're just giving you a vibe of the inductees. We got OGs. We got new Gs. We got people you heard of, might not ever heard of. But again, like AG said, what? Hit that search bar. And we're going to get this thing rolling because, like, look, this thing's moving. And we're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to get this thing posted. Post number 2. Let's get the third inductee coming up, because the third inductee coming up is another one that we got a lot of feedback from. We got a lot of feedback in the community, not talking just outright, just the love of the love of the love. All right, you need some volume on that? Let me get the volume on that. Let me tweak the volume for y'all. Turn this up. Let's get some turn up on that. This next waiver we're about to bring up. Man, oh man. The Wave Hall of Fame time. This next waiver, y'all know this waiver. I mean, we can over-talk it. We can undersell it. Let's just go with the post. And let's get ready to show our next waiver. Next inductee is, for the ones that know, Fizzle, 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 fizzle. You already know the moments. One of the things I love about the Wave Hall of Fame is looking at the timeline where waivers came in the game together. Now, looking back, Fizz came in around 2015, where, again, all this talent that we talking about showing up, I seen her surface around 2015. And when she pulled up, the rest was history. There's certain legacies that's attached to this thing. When we talk about impact, we talk about influence. Let's talk about the legacies attached, right? Let's talk about the talent you come in contact with. From the talent you come in contact with to the talent that kind of brings forth your legacy. And we know the deal with Spoon. We know the legacy. We know the pedigree there. But what she does on this platform, on Instagram, she has an impact. Now, we want to talk about the influence, the impact. We can get into that. But again, I'm not going to hold y'all. If you know, you know. Shout out to Fizz. Welcome to a seat at the table, Fizz. You look good in there. Hey, pick a seat. Anything's available. You see the Hall of Famers all around. Knock yourself out. You in the Hall of Fame. Let go. Now, the next one on the docket, we rolling through this thing, and I like the energy. I love the energy. Y'all stay locked in with me. I don't want to hold y'all, keep y'all going, because I know Jeezy going to do his thing, and the love is love right now. The energy is rocking right now. So let's keep the energy right where we're going to keep it at. Next is another waiver. Y'all see this waiver around today. And what I want to be very, very 100% clear on, the waiver you see today is more than the waiver that we're about to bring in now. This was the waiver that kind of set the tone for Beehivers in a way that when we talk about Backways Matter, when we talk about all these other things, we talk about all these other attributes, the perfect hive, this waiver always stuck out. And I look back and I talk about history. Fizz, this for you. It's the love. It's for you. And the history we're going to roll down with and really talk about the history down the aisle. Again, y'all tell the story. Y'all know the feedback. Y'all know the outlook. And we're going to talk about it right here, right now with Naeem, the Dream Alexander. For the ones that know, yeah, he switched up on the pattern and got the new pattern. But this was the pattern that got him actually inducted. It was the energy. It was the influence. It was the vibes. Everything behind this pattern set the tone for many Beehivers to come. Again, and we looking at the timeline. We look at deeply at the timeline. And again, he's another waiver that kind of pulled up around the scene where a lot of other waivers that we see on this list are pulling up. That's the narrative that I've been seeing tonight when I've been looking at the list. I looked at the list close and I noticed, I'm like, yeah, a lot of these waivers came in together. So, I mean, when you look back, it's like a draft board. And you see this is one of the livest draft boards going down in history right now. 2023, Naeem Alexander. Congrats, bro. You're in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, I'll show y'all love in the comments. Bottle service. I need y'all in here. Carlos is in here. Will's in here. WTBD's in here. I need bottle service ASAP. Let go. We still rocking down the list right now. Let's go. We about halfway through it. I want to say that, but I might want to lead y'all on to where we going with this thing. But let's keep it moving because I'm loving the energy. Let's keep the show on the road and keep it where we got it locked. Now, the next waiver we're about to bring up, not for nothing, another waiver that's names come up, and when you look at the narrative of the history, of the timeline, of the wave game, you're going to start to see where these people fit in. And I see Naeem in here. Europe. Yep, that's right, brother. Welcome to a seat at the table. And we're going to talk about the next inductee that we're about to bring up. Is somebody, again, that, like, you know, a lot of the waivers that we talk about, sometimes even as admins, we don't get a chance to really have, you know, that real kind of like close, tight bonds that a lot of teams might have and a lot of other people might have. You know, we can't get to everybody. But this waiver I'm about to bring up, I can truly say, honestly, played a small part in my personal growth as an admin, as a leader to our community. And he was one of the guys that was around once the time came, once we started really rocking in the gym. Once the gym was really rocking, he was one of the waivers that kind of helped set the tone and kind of helped lead the trajectory to the lives that you see today with the podcast lives and even the lives that you've seen this week. These are the building blocks that the waiver I'm about to bring up was a part of. He was a part of this movement. And when we look at waivers like Manny Gable, you look at the patterns. You see the brushwork of the patterns that he's doing. And we know for a fact, there's people out here right now pulling an aneurysm right now trying to get this pattern. Let's keep it a buck. I see people out here literally pushing wave suicide levels trying to achieve something that this man is doing out in the open, flat out. Let's keep it a buck. So like Manny Gabe, welcome to the Hall of Fame. It's like this has been long overdue, to be honest. Like, one could have argued this could have happened last year, but hey, when it's your time, it's your time. And this year, a lot of your name came up a lot in conversations, and I'm glad to be a part of this honor. Congrats, Manny. I don't know if you hear, I don't know if you see this right now, but if you come back and watch the rebroadcast, congrats, big homie. You are in the Hall of Fame. Yeah, y'all know A-Reps. Y'all know the sets. Y'all know y'all rep, and show y'all love. This is for the rebroadcast. This is important. So when our Hall of Famers come back and they look at this thing and they rewatch this thing, and I know I'm going to rewatch this thing because I just love the love. I love seeing y'all get the love. They're going to look at this thing and say, whoa, this thing is all the way live. Now, before we get to the next waiver, I think it's important that I actually have a little bit of disclaimer of context to this next waiver that we're going to bring out. Right? The next waiver that we're going to bring out, I hear there was things that might have went on, right? I feel that some people might have felt this year, maybe years in the past, certain people got overlooked, right? Certain people got overlooked because maybe a team they was on, maybe they was affiliated with certain things, but I just want to remind y'all on one detail. Y'all remember when we did the history of teams? And when we looked at the history of teams, most of us could agree that the history of teams brought to us a lot of special talent, especially from the One Wave Nation collective. Now, I want to talk about that, be very clear as we bring out this next waiver. This next waiver is more of what you get from the community. You get what you give, right? Titles, regardless, impact, influence. These are some of the things we talk about on multiple platforms when we talk about Sean Wave Gibbs. When we talk about Sean Wave Gibbs, I went and looked back at it. I went and search barred the hell out of this thing. And I had to look up and down accounts, up and down, to see that, like, through and through, this waiver actually laid a stone, put his name on it, and it ended up becoming a part of the Wave game, etched in history as a Wave Hall of Famer. And for the ones that know, again, personal influence aside, whether you had run-ins, run-outs, it don't matter. I know what I've heard when I talk to the people around this personality, around this waiver, when I see on other networks, the influence, the impact. These are the things that we talk about when we talk about Wave Hall of Fame. And when we talk about impact, again, influence, does it really have to do with titles more than your legacy, your pedigree? Where did you come from? Are they in the Hall of Fame? Were they connected to you? Doesn't that stamp you in some kind of way? This is what we're going to talk about. This is what we're looking at when we look at Hall of Famers like Sean Wave Gibbs, and we look at the legacy behind it, the history. Congrats, Sean Wave Gibbs. You're in the Hall of Fame, bro. We're about to post this thing, go public with this thing. We're going to share this, and we're going to keep it moving because we're winding down, and I like the time that we keep, and I don't want to hold y'all. I'm loving the energy. Let's keep this time rolling. Let's keep this thing rolling. Let's get our next post. Get ready to share this thing. And for the ones that know, y'all show y'all love in it. Y'all show y'all love on the page. Y'all show y'all love in the chat. Again, when they come back and watch this on the rebroadcast, I would love to see them seeing the love from y'all. Why not? So let's look at this thing. All right, let's get ready to post our next one. All right, let's post this right here. Boom. And it's going to be posted straight to the page. Now, this next waiver, I want to talk about and just give my own feedback on, the people that I've had, a personal impact that, again, like a few people on this list already, has kind of impact the way that I do my thing. They played a part in that. So even as somebody that's been in the game for this long, I could say this waiver has played a part in my personal growth as a leader in this community. And just like, the influence that we talk about, the impact. And it was always this, it was always like this one and the same of ES and this waiver we're about to talk about, where they look for the shoe to drop. And every time they look for the shoe to drop, they always get left in the dust with disappointment. And we move on to the win. And this is what we're talking about. We move on to the win. And again, the waiver that I want to bring out is like, he is the proven product for what you can be in this game. If you be yourself, you do your thing, right? Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. You do your thing. And when we look back in history, we'll see waivers like Drip Damone Jr. have that story for you to let you know deep down, if you want to get somewhere in this game, if you really, really want to get somewhere in this game, you could do it a few ways. You can be wild. You could do your thing individually. Or You can put your team first. Be great like that. And then pull up and do your thing. And then you end up.
That's the big number one strap.
In the number one spot. Figuratively, literally, through the community, on the page. And man, this is another name that's been coming up. Not so much of last year, but I started to hear that. This year, the name started to resonate. And when we went back and looked at the receipts, I said, I want to see the receipts, Drip. Drip knows years ago. He said, bro, I'm telling you, my team's going to be number one, bruh. WTBD, they not going to hold us down long, bruh. They not going. It's going to be but for so long. They're going to have to get that boot up off us. And then we going to be the ones with the boot. I'm telling you. He told me this years ago. And I was just listening. All right, we're going to see, Drip. We're going to see. And from that point on, that's probably been one of the best journeys of maturation that I've seen in probably the last 2 or 3 years. For a Waver to come from where he's come from to where he is now. Again, you can hit the search bar. You can search through the many accounts that he's got stashed away. I think he got 2 accounts in the gulag still doing 30 days. I don't know if this account is free. This account might be free, but it doesn't matter. The impact, the influence, unmatched. Unmatched. Now here's where the caveat comes in. Now the clock starts, right? Because now we want to see, I'm very curious. Will we see another level of this talent come through the game again? Again, in the same fashion that we seen Drip come through with 40. Will we ever see this again? Who knows, right? Like, who really knows, right? We might see something better. We might not. We might see something just as good. Who knows? We might not. You know, right, my issue, right. Key. That's for you, Drip. Pull up, sip up, drink. 40, y'all in the chat. I see y'all. Let me see some fours. 40. The front man took y'all to the national championship title twice. How can you not believe in that? How can you not stand behind that kind of energy and be great? Shout out to Drip Damone Jr. And again, we can look back. We can look at the history. We can look at everything. And we'll look at everything and we'll analyze everything. And at the end of the day, when we look at the history of the Wave game, you better believe this was no fluke. The talent level, the anticipation, the make rights. What y'all need? What y'all want? Shout out to Drip Damone. And I think that does it right now for the Hall of Fame. We're going to wrap everything up. I'm glad y'all came out tonight. Wait. What? What is it? We have one more? We have one more. I could have swore this is all we had. On the docket. We didn't have any more. So we do have one more. All right, well, let's see it. Ladies and gentlemen, apparently, I thought that was the last induction we was going to do tonight. We have one more induction. You sure? This is 100%. This is not fluke. All right, this is 100%. We got one more award to present tonight. An award we're going to present tonight. Again, if my memory serves me right, around the same era, around all the talent that you've seen ushered in this year, this Waver has set a tone not only on an individual level, but he actually got into a position where he can literally put a team on his back and he can actually be a force to usher in the new era of the collective. And when we talk about impact, again, we talk about another waiver that has changed and molded the way I personally do my job. This is huge. This is the impact directly felt directly from the host of the Hall of Fame itself. This is why impact is huge. We love titles. Don't get me wrong. I love titles. But a lot of people make the argument, how did you earn that title? On what grounds did you win this title? Did you earn the title for real, or was it handed to you via somebody falling out or not showing up? We don't have to talk about that when we talk about this waiver we're talking about. We're talking about fully loaded. And when we talk about what we're doing, and we talk about MLW, we talk about the impact of the game directly felt. Hey, I mean, it's 2023, and last time I still checked, what we doing is popping. And he's just getting started. And you see the brands. You see the Wave alumni. That's looking like a go hard streetwear brand I can see doing some big things in the future. I don't know about y'all, but I think he pretty much did a good job stepping into his own as a waiver. As an individual on his own 10 toes. Damn. It's your time, you know? It's your time, right? It's your time. Congrats. Run them jewels. Thanks. Man. Oh, man. Let's post this thing right now. Let's get this thing public. And all the frames should be posted. Now, folks, again, this is no knock to nobody that did not get in this year. We've heard a lot of good names. We've heard a lot of names. And I wanted to give a quick shout out to the OGs because there's a lot of OGs coming back. And I love how they're coming out the woodwork. Shout out to Frank Blackwell. He's back. Mark Miller, Lil Nate, Nino back. Kurt White. We even had a Kurt White sighting. Let me tell you, Nino came back and he was rocking a Farrakhan. You seen that post? He came back. That's Nino. That's the OG from the EK, doing it big, doing it crazy. But we just want to let the OGs know this is how we providing flowers. Y'all still a part of this story, whether y'all know it or not. All of y'all, even the ones in this chat right now. Y'all are just a part of this storyline. Just as the people that's inducted right now. Yes, he hit me up. He sent me a DM. He showed me his progress. He said, I'm waiting till I get them things back up to where they hitting at. And then once I do, I'm hitting the pages up crazy. I said, okay. So Frank Blackwell is back. Thank you, AG. Thank you. And you know, I mean, this is what we do, guys, right? This is what we do. We come through, we provide flowers for our community. And again, we've been doing this for 10 years. I love the energy. I love that y'all came out to do this thing. I love that y'all came to provide the flowers for our new inductees. Now, for the one that's coming up, we had a lot of word going around about all women's Hall of Fame. We had the sayings about it's all one group, don't split it up. But for the ones that know the new ones and the new women of today, I wanted to give a personal shout out to the women that I would love to see come back and put their influence back in the game, back in history, where it rightfully belongs. I want to give a shout out to Triz Castro, Lindria Overall, Pierre Reyes, Crownworthy. I want to give a shout out to Red. I want to give a shout out to Ladybug. I want to give a shout out to Keys. Y'all know Keys. And last but not least, I want to give a dope shout out to For the OGs that don't remember the OGs at EK, Lakeisha Alexander, bruh. We're the Hall of Fame for her. We going to provide some flowers to the ones that don't know none of these names that I just mentioned. Again, look at the search bar. Get right with the search bar. The search bar is your friend. It is not ChatGPT. It will not cross you. I promise you. Again, shout out to everybody that came through tonight. I love y'all. Y'all did great on Soul Seeker Day. I love the feedback. Everybody that showed love on Soul Seeker Day. I love y'all. Y'all did y'all thing. Shout out to Taurus TP for doing that video. Shout out to Nick Cole. Shout out to everybody that did their lives this weekend. Y'all went all the way up. Shout out to all the Hall of Famers that came out. We love y'all. Keep that brush moving. I'll see y'all next week.
Ay, ay, ay.